So I had an agent first that ended up leaving the business, and I got representation through querying, which if anybody's not familiar, queries like a cover letter for your book where you're kind of trying to sell the story, and then they ask to read more, and then if they like what they see, they'll ask for representation. That's the very short version of what it is. And then when I lost her, I had to query again, and so I've gotten it the traditional way, which is just send it out to a handful of agents and then, you know, cross your fingers. And my publishing journey, I had a smaller publisher that we published this novel with, and then it got bought by a larger publisher. So now they actually bought the paperback, and so now the paperback's coming out. So there's lots of different ways that your journey can go. But yeah, that's traditionally a query. I agree, contests. I've actually mentored for some online contests, and they're highly successful as well. Anytime you can have visibility to your writing is, I think, a good thing. So, so you can see just two people already have like two really different journeys. So
yeah, I mean, it is. It's, everyone is different and how they get there. There's no right way to get there.
Yeah, and my journey is actually very similar. We have all similar elements. And the first time I tried to answer a question like this, I went through like year by year, all the different ups and downs and setbacks and forward. And like I looked out and the audience was like horrified. They were all like, what? So I just sum it up now. And so it was, so I have one published novel, but that involved 2 different agents, 3 different completed manuscripts, over 10 years, way too many, wow, I'll step back, way too many rejections, and just enough praise and encouragement and contest wins to keep me going until I finally found the editor who shared my vision for my story. And it was ultimately through a contest too. So it was a contest that a small press runs in order to publish one novel. They only publish one novel every other year. And so I was the novel that got published. But the downside of that was it's such a small press, and they try to find undiscovered writers and then launch them. And so now it's up to me to start this process all over again with my next book.
So because I write short stories, I started off just trying to get individual stories published. And I really encourage people to do that, especially when I started doing it, you had to actually go to the post office and put a stamp on your submission, and now most things are done online. And it's just a really great way to get into the habit of submitting things to magazines. Getting to know magazines, poets and writers is a great way to just figure out what different magazines are out there, and you can look up their profiles of different magazines online. But I think it really gets you in the habit of just thinking, this is my job as a writer, that I'm just submitting stories. Almost all of them will get rejected, and I just keep going.
Yeah, I think I started writing my first book when I was like 35, and I got my agent when I was about almost 40. But I early on, I had submitted to agents, and I just didn't know what I was doing. It was like totally haphazard, and I really didn't even hear anything back. But when I got serious about doing it, I was like, well, the haphazard approach doesn't work. So I just found myself in the library one day, and I'm like, I'm just going to scour the young adult bookshelves until I find a book that is a kind of a match. And I think, well, if an agent liked this book, then the agent searched the author, found the author's agent. He was accepting submissions, and that was it. That guy became my agent. It was like, it's never that easy. But targeting your queries to very specific people, I think, is a really helpful approach, because they're just an agent, or you don't just look for an agent, because agents like things. Like my agent hates fantasy, so if somebody writes fantasy, they shouldn't submit to my agent. He hates sports stories, so like everyone's so particular. So really getting to know the agent, But I also think like being somebody that started this process when I was 35, didn't like get that agent until I was about 40. I would like to say, don't worry about it. Like chill out and have a good time being a budding writer who's like finding your way. Getting an agent and it took him 2 years to sell that book, by the way. But like that whole process comes after you've really explored this whole thing for a while, and it doesn't come unless you've explored this whole thing for a while. So don't put that kind of pressure on yourself for a few years, I would say, for sure. And it'll happen too. It's not like the block that you get through is about writing. This whole getting an agent thing is a separate deal. So like focus on the writing.
Well, we are almost out of time. Is there anything else that anyone really wanted to find out from them? I don't know how many are going to be hanging around, but some may stay and you can chat with them individually if you would like. And again, their books are all for sale out here from Nicholas, so that's exciting. And Heather actually brought some,
Yeah,
say what it is.
I just have a handout over there. I just compiled some really awesome quotes from, really amazing YA writers who have advice for young writers. So it's just on the back there. It's some really good advice. So, yeah,
Feel free
I'm
to
going to use it
take
myself. Yeah. Yeah.
We'll take one.
Yeah. So let's give our authors a hand. Thank you so much.
Good luck to you guys.
Thank you so much.
And we'll take another short break if you'd like to walk around, and then we will do the awards in about 5 minutes. So we just have to get the screen down.
I have fan fiction advice. Do you know Angie Thomas?
We did.
She wrote this.
I know. It's one thing mine.
Yeah.
It's something like this is her second novel. Like she's like, so she's but fan fiction was her grad school, right?
Oh, really?
She soap opera fan fiction. Like she was just having a blast. And I really think about that. Like here's somebody like just having the time of her life writing fiction. And what happened was she turned into a really good writer. Because she like probably wrote more words than
There was a lot.
most of us who are trying
Don't
to
be
do
alarmed.
this because she was having such a good time.
Of course, in my creative writing classes at EMU, I'm like, no. When it becomes school, I'm like, no, you can't, it has to be your own ideas. But I think it's a way to just like, practice it on your own.
Yeah, enjoy. Yeah, I mean, definitely have to have both. Or if you're doing fan fiction, you have to have that other thing that you're talking about. But
Oh, thank you for inviting me back.
These are not mine. Those are theirs.
Oh, they are. I didn't take mine out. No, this one is mine. I do have silver though, but I don't think that one's mine. Maybe it's. I know. I was like, if they.
Okay, but I should talk to you. Okay. So you turn off like
Yeah, it's just really having a hard time. Good here now. Thank you.
Jeez. All right, we are going to go ahead and get started, everybody. There's a few more folks coming in. Just wanted a couple notes. First of all, if you happen to be a winner, congratulations, and we're happy to, if you want a photo by your slide, we can do that. We can switch it at the end, we can switch it back to your slide and have you take a photo with it with your name on it if you would like. Second of all, if you are a winner, you win money, which is awesome. And we are going to mail the checks out in the next 3 weeks because we have to verify addresses. So today, winners will be receiving this nice journal with a pen, but you will also get a check. However, it'll be mailed to you in, let's just say by the 1st of July. So note on that. And then finally, I just wanted to say that this is a worldwide contest. We had almost 1,400 entries this year from all over the world. Tons from the United States, of course, but all over the United States. So actually, many of the winners are not from Ann Arbor or even from Michigan. We are live streaming the event, so perhaps they are watching from Texas or California or wherever they may be from. I think we had someone win from Canada, so that was exciting. But we do have some Ann Arbor winners and some Ypsilanti folks and all that. So it was just a really big contest. We were so excited to add poetry this year, and congratulations to all of you who participated in it. It was so fun to read everybody's work. And everybody's pieces were read at least by two people, and the finalists' stories were read by 4 as well as by the 6 authors that we heard talk earlier today, and they were the judges who selected the final winners. So we will just go through. You can see the final results will be posted tomorrow, and they will also have your stories published online, unless you asked us not to, in which case we won't. But that will take us about a week to get the stories up, but you will be able to read your story online as well. And as we said, we just met all of the judges who were our wonderful author panel. And thanks to all of you, families, friends, educators, etc. Here's the finalists in the 11th through 12th grade short stories. Let's give them a hand. They have some here. This is the 11th and 12th grade flash fiction finalists. Very nice. We have the 11th and 12th grade poetry finalists as well. And here are our 9th and 10th grade short story finalists. And our 9th and 10th grade flash fiction finalists. And our 9th and 10th grade poetry finalists. And you may notice that there's different numbers of finalists, and that's based on the number of submissions we had in the category overall. So if you're wondering why are there only 6 here and there were 12 in a different category, it's because we had fewer submissions. Here's the 6th through 8th grade short story finalists. And 6th and 8th grade flash fiction. And our 6th through 8th grade poetry finalists. And so we'll do awards. We have first, second, and third place in all the categories. And in one group this year, we actually had a tie for second place. So we have 2 second place winners in one. So for our 6th through 8th grade winners in short story, third place. And again, they may not be here, but we are live streaming, so they can watch. This is When You're Just Normal by Janae Wallace from Austin, Texas. So we'll give her a hand. Our second place, 6th through 8th grade winner in short story was A Whole Lot of Ruckus by Kate Castrogiovanni from Ann Arbor. And her mom accepted her prize for her today. She could not be here. But
we're excited about that. And then first place, 6th through 8th grade short story, we have First World Problems by Olivia Ramos. That's so exciting. Come on up. You have to get your prize. Yay! Let's give her a hand again. And if you want to get a picture with that at the end, we can do it. So congratulations to you. Our 9th and 10th grade winners in short story, 3rd place, was The Bridge by Jordan Fox from Lake City, Michigan. In 2nd place for 9th and 10th grade short story, we have Taro Pudding by Jennifer Chu from Memphis. And in 1st place in 9th and 10th grade short story, we have Ode to My Father in Jamaica by Elise Thomas from Miramar, Florida. And our 11th and 12th grade winners in short story, 3rd place was Nicola by Dakota Collins from Tennessee. In 2nd place, 11th and 12th grade short story, The Flowers of Soul by Savannah Grace from Omaha. And in 1st place, 11th and 12th grade short story, we have The Orchestra by Tyler Icona from Woodbridge, Virginia. We have our 6th through 8th grade winners in flash fiction. So 3rd place is Shadow Man by Lauren Alexander from Montgomery, Ohio. And, oops, that came up quick. Creases by Catherine Plattner, Ann Arbor, Michigan, 2nd place. And in 1st place, we had An Old Recliner by Allison Zhu from Rockville, Maryland. And next, I can't tell what's going to be next. 9th and 10th grade winners, Flash Fiction, Weather and Whimsy by Anna Campbell, Hamlin, Iowa, got 3rd place. 2nd place, 9th and 10th grade Flash Fiction was Sit by Annie Chen from Ann Arbor, Michigan. And in 1st place, we had The Pink Raincoat by Seed Ali. Oh yeah, I told you, from Quebec. And our 11th and 12th grade winners in flash fiction, 3rd place, Elk Don't Read by Maeve Florence Smith from Worcester, Ohio. In 2nd place, 11th and 12th grade flash fiction, Empty by Caitlin Long, San Jose, California. And in 1st place, 11th and 12th grade flash fiction winners, Recycling by Julia Soma from Vernon, Connecticut. And next we will do our poetry winners, 6th through 8th grade, 3rd place, OCD by Molly Reiser from Ann Arbor, Michigan. You want to come get it? Yay! Congratulations. In 2nd place, 6th through 8th grade poetry, we had a tie with It's Time to Face the Reality by Noah, I don't know how to say that, Arinzi from St. Louis, Missouri, and Scar by Katerina Celine Freudenberg from Ann Arbor, Michigan. Come on up. Congratulations. Nicely done. And in 1st place, 6th through 8th grade poetry, Still Growing Up, Emma Blanchett from Vernon, Connecticut. And our 9th and 10th grade winners in poetry, 3rd place, Scorpius, Isabel Fateau from Vernon, Connecticut. And 2nd place, Cinderella by Julie Griswold from Chadsford, Pennsylvania. And 1st place, 9th and 10th grade poetry is Dear by Lauren Smith from Wesley Chapel, Florida. And our 11th and 12th grade winners in poetry, for 3rd place, we have Girl Talk by Catherine George from Indianapolis, Indiana. In 2nd place, An Ode to My Culture by Nikita Dakar from Ann Arbor, Michigan. And in 1st place, for 11th and 12th grade poetry, we have Eavesdropped by Anonymous from Greenville, South Carolina. So thank you all so much for being here today and for writing in the contest. All of your stories and poems were wonderful. Let's give everyone a huge round of applause. And if you were a winner or a finalist today and you would like your photo with your name, please feel free to come on up. We can make that happen for you. So thank you all again for being here. Yeah, remind me, is it, what grade? 6th to 8th grade. Short story, right? It was first place. It's just gonna take me a minute. No, you gotta. Sorry, let me get there. Okay, there you are. It's all right.
Sorry.
All right. You're welcome. Congratulations. And you know, can I ask you a question? Do you put your address in, and that's where you want the check mail, right? The address that you filled out the.
Yeah.
Okay. You're from Ipsy, right? Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Thanks. Remind me of your name. And it was poetry, right? And what, 6th to 8th grade? Okay. 6th to 8th grade poetry. There you are. Perfect. Congratulations. Thank you. Remind me what? 2nd place. Oh yeah, the time. There you go. Yeah. Okay. Congratulations.
Yeah, I didn't realize this was open to the whole world.
Yeah, it is. It is. Which I think is cool. I mean, on one hand, it's kind of, a lot of the winners can't be here, but on the other, if you do win, I mean, you're competing with, yeah, very prestigious. So, really an honor, I think. And the address you submitted would be where you want the check mailed?
Jeez.
Did you put your whole address?
I probably put it in, yeah.
Okay. I can't remember what I put it.